Hey guys, welcome to a new video. In today's video, I'm going to show you how you can transform your print-on-demand designs with just one click. I find this to be really cool, and I'm starting to do this on my designs for print-on-demand, and for sure, I'm seeing an improvement overall. So let's go ahead and get started. It's super simple. I'm going to be using some of my Fantasy Labs designs just to tutorial this and just kind of to show what I'm talking about here. If you guys are not familiar, fantasylabs.com, you can check it out. A lot of different images on there. I'm going to be using a few packages here. I'm going to be using the new month's packages. So here is package number 2, and you can see we have a whole bunch of just like insane designs. I mean, just like some crazy stuff, right? And so I kind of want to show you some of these and how you can literally, like I said, transform a design. So overall, like for example, let's take this design, right? This design's pretty cool. It's not crazy or anything, but it's really cool. Even something like this. There's a lot of these designs that are cool designs. You put them on a t-shirt, it'll be cool. But I want to improve them. So I want to show you something. So this is something I've been testing. So let's go ahead and actually drag and drop a few of these here, and we'll see like a live demonstration of this. So let's get like this monkey design in here. Let's get a few more. I don't want to focus on just like one. Let's get this design in here. Raccoon. Like I said, if you guys have Fantasy Labs, you could do this with these designs as well. Let's see here. This tiger design looks pretty cool. Let's go ahead and grab it here. And let's get one more design from a different package. Let's see here. Let's open up some of these packages and let's see what we got going on. We got these stickers. We got like 100, I mean, just insane amount of stickers. Let's actually test out the stickers. I don't know. I haven't tried this with the stickers, to be honest, but let's test them out. Let's go over here to catalog, and I want to show you guys here. Drag and drop this here. Let's go with another sticker as well. We have one more sticker. Let's go with this one as well. Let me go ahead and go over here and add this. And like I said, I'm going to do this with multiple different designs just so I can show you the effect on this that will improve your design. And let's go to this package here, and let's pick a couple here. We don't have to go crazy. We'll pick I don't even know. Let's look through this real quick. I hope you guys don't mind. Let's see. Let it load. Yeah, why not? Let's take something like this. Let's pick these two, or not. Yeah, let's do that. Here. Where did it go? There we go. Unicorn design. Let's take that one. Let's put it here. And let's pick this one. Take this one as well. Put it here. Okay, so I'm going to do this design with a bunch, or this edit, I guess you could say, with a bunch. Let's use this raccoon design first. So I'm going to go over here to edit, and I'll leave the link in the description to this app. Really useful for print-on-demand editing, things like that, and comes with a discount applied as well. So anyways, so this, usually when I have a design like this, there's certain things I'll do to improve it. First thing, if I see something I don't like, I'll erase it, I'll clean it up, whatever the case may be, right? And I could do that with this tool. So for example, if I see like this line right here that I don't like, I can go ahead and erase it if I wanted to, just like that. The erase is a smart erase, so it's not just an erase on like a little line or something, but like let's say this section here, I can go over here and erase this, and boom. It's not like a regular like paint application erase. That's obvious, but that's not how I transform it. I transform it like this. So when I have my design, the first thing I like to do is and this is not what I always do, but to transform, I go to mystical, and I take this mystical right here and I drag it all the way to the right. Now, if you notice, what this does immediately is this makes the design almost softer, but it glows as well. And speaking of glow, I like to go ahead and add some glow to it, right? And I like to test these things. I don't like to always do the glow, but I like to play around. And if you look here, this is what the original design looked like. This is what it looks like now. It's a little too dark for my liking right now, but I can go over here to, let's go back to the mystical. Let's go to actually the edits rather, and let's go to Mystical and play around with the different settings on it. So this feature, or this setting, I guess you could say, softens the harsh lining in the image, right? And it does shift the image, and you could see here the difference, right? And it gives the colors a neon effect almost, or a brightening. And the darker the sections, it does the same thing as well. It makes it a little bit darker, but you could see the difference. And I think it's something to get used to for sure. And there's different elements or different images that can bring that to light. And I've never done this with stickers, so I'm going to test it live. But let's use this image, for example. By the way, this image is also inside Fantasy Labs. All right. So let's say this image. I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go over to Mystical. And I'm just going to take this and move it to the right-hand side, and let's see how it changes. And there you go. Look how that changes. And by the way, sometimes it might take a second to load properly and just, collect itself. But look at that. Don't get me wrong. The original image looks great, but this image looks much more epic to me. It just brings a level of professionalism that once didn't exist. Now, with my images for all my t-shirt designs, and this is not necessarily related to the concept, but what I do like to do is I like to make sure everything is black in the background so that when I'm separating the background from the actual image, it comes out more clear, like something like this, right? And I do that with the vignette segment here, or section in the app. But that is an epic shirt, and this would go perfectly on a shirt. There's a lot of different t-shirts you see that have these graphics on them, but they're not cleaned up the right way. They have like these borders on the t-shirt and everything like that, and it just doesn't look good. And I used to make that mistake as an amateur. Back when I was doing print on demand, in the very beginning, I was an amateur. There was, you know what I mean? I don't make those mistakes now. And when, like I said, this tool is so useful, and I'm not trying to promote this tool or anything, but this is just how I use it. I'm always trying to improve, right, the way that the image looks, and make small adjustments as I go. And sometimes the adjustments don't work out, and I have to fix them. But the point here is that the image itself, right, does look a little bit cleaner, and we're gonna have fun doing some testing right now. So let's say this image. I'll go over here to edit, and I'll hit erase. There are some things I want to erase here. So for example, let's say here, and hit erase. And then let's go here and hit erase as well. And we can make this actually one kind of, let's erase this section here. Make it nice and thick, or at least the lining, so that when it erases, it looks a little cleaner. And this is an example. This part didn't come out perfect. I would probably want to, remove some things to it, but let's just use this section here just for the sake of the video, right? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to vignette here. I'm going to increase that vignette kind of like that, and then we'll see here how the Mystical looks. There's also other edits that I can use, like the matte and things like that. And you could see here, it does shift the image the way it looks. So it used to look like this. It used to look like that. Now it looks like this. For a t-shirt design, the more subtle it looks, and when I say subtle, like I said, what this feature does is it decreases that harshness, especially around the image and the lining and things like that. The more subtle it looks, where it's a transition from the actual shirt material, like somewhere on the, let's say the cuff or the bottom, the seam on the bottom of the t-shirt, all the way to the graphic, it needs to look like one unit. It cannot have like certain kind of lining to it. And this is why, like I said, I'm not afraid to darken the image itself, especially around the other edges. The American Eagle example was a good one, and it really brought that to light. Let's go ahead and do something with this, for example. This is a crazy image. It's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and test it out. So first thing I'm going to do in this case, I'm going to go ahead and hit here develop. So I'm going to drop down the develop, and I'm going to increase my smart contrast here, and this shifts the image. You can see here immediately shifts the image. The background gets darker, the light colors get brighter and lighter, and the darker colors get a little bit darker, but more presence, right? And then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go to my, well, I don't need my vignette since it's already dark. And I'm going to go to mystical. I'm going to increase the effect on that. And look at that. So to me, that looks pretty cool. Okay. And I can go ahead and test different things too, like matte. This will make it more matte. I mean, less shiny pretty much is what matte is. And you have mood, you have dramatic, you have a lot of different things. And I would say you can test things. I'll be honest, I don't usually use dramatic because I feel like it washes out the image because it looks like this when I use dramatic. Is it cool? It's cool. I think it could work for certain instances, for certain designs, but I don't always do it. And you can test also the contrast, right? So how strong that contrast is, right? So on the dramatic. So overall, I don't really use it as much. Sometimes I like to test things, but secondary use, I use glow, and sometimes I use a glow feature kind of like this, because sometimes I see that mystical can really dampen some things. So I use glow, increase that glow, and it'll give me more color contrast. So the image used to look like this. Now it looks like this. And then when I remove that background, place it on a t-shirt, it looks much more clean. Let's test this. If you're having fun, if you're enjoying this video, let's test some other things. Let's go ahead and test this image. Let's go into develop. Let's bring that smart contrast all the way up. Pretty cool. Now let's go ahead and go to our mystical and increase the mystical feature. Okay, we can definitely see a change there. For reference, one used to look like this. And then what we can do is go to glow. Let's go to glow here and increase the glow, right? And we can test different things. And you could actually see the effect on the image. See, I'm dragging it from left to right, left to right, left to right. And it seems like certain aspects of the image have a higher glow than others. If you want to have like this grunge feature, you have this film grain feature, which does kind of affect it. I mean, you could see how it looks. Film grain works for some images. I think there was this Chinese dragon style that I had of an image that looked really, really good on my other computer where I worked on this, and it came out really nice. But like I said, this computer I use for YouTube to kind of show you guys what I'm doing. But let's try this one. This one is pretty cool. Let's go to develop, bring that smart contrast up. Pretty cool. Probably some things I would clean up here, like with the erase. So let's just do this live really quickly. Let's go here. I'm going to erase things like this. Okay, let's go ahead and erase that. And I would really call the erase tool kind of like, even though it's an AI tool, I would call it more like a blend, because that text that once existed didn't look right, and now it wasn't text, it was like the symboling on the horse or whatever this is. I thought this was a unicorn. But yeah, it looks a little cleaner, at least from this view. But now I'll go over here and let's actually work with some toning. I want to increase my saturation a little bit, and you could see how the image does shift slightly. It's a little bit dark in certain areas, and the hue will make it like a purple kind of hue. Well, yeah, that's not bad. All right, that's decent. Let's go ahead and now go to mystical and increase the feature on the mystical. So I can see this work in certain situations on a t-shirt. I definitely can. And let's work with the shadows here. Increase that, which actually decreases the actual shadow. And the smoothness we can play around with as well. So here all the way to the left, you have a certain smoothness. And all the way to the right, I think this is a good number of smoothness. And then, of course, let's add some glow to it in certain aspects. And this is actually a perfect example of that, right? And I could see this in a lot of different situations, like on t-shirts, on, different things. And I think that looks really epic to say. It's not the same as the original image for sure. It just looks epic to me. Of course, I would clean up certain things. I would make certain things look good, but it looks great to me. Let's go ahead and try the sticker. All right, let's try the sticker. So I've never done the sticker before, so let's first try develop. Let's see. What does that do? Smart contrast. Would you guys normally keep smart contrast on for something like this? I think it's pretty cool. I don't think it's, terrible. This is on. This is off. On, off. Okay. Anyways, let's go ahead and head over straight to Mystical, and let's see what it does. So here we got the Mystical. It's a little weird, I'm not going to lie, on a sticker. Let's go ahead and edit the smoothness here. And let's play around with the shadows. So I actually decreased the shadows, so effectively no shadows. Or more shadow, technically. Let's just say a score of 0 and a smoothness all the way up. And look how it shifts the image. So this was the original image. This is the image now. I think it's cool. I think it gives it a little bit more, dare I say, contrast? I don't know. Glow, let's see how that will work. I think I don't think glow would work for a sticker. I'm just going to keep it real. It might work if I wanted to edit the design a little bit more, but I don't think glow would work for a sticker. If this was a poster, this could work for a poster by cleaning certain things up, changing the backgrounds, adding some graphics, maybe even some text. If you want to see me turn this into a poster, I'll do that. I'll make it happen. I'll come up with something creative and we'll turn it into a poster. Leave it in the comments down below. But anyways, look at this design. So certain things in this design I would erase. So obviously like the second eye here, I'll go ahead, go over here, increase the size of this. And the way I'll do this is actually it will match kind of like the white grain. And let's hit erase and test. I'm not too fond of that. Let's go ahead and do this. And keep it like something like that. Let's go ahead and test how that works. I wouldn't say I like the way that looks with the erase. Let's test it one more time. Let's see how that would work. Let's see. I probably have to erase more blue into it. There we go. It's starting to get a little cleaner. There we go. And like I said, guys, sometimes you gotta play around with it. You gotta test it. And it's getting cleaner for sure. There's no question. There we go. There we go. Looking better for sure. So you could see how we clean that up very, very quickly. It's not perfect in the beginning, but it does look a little bit better. So let's go ahead and clean that up. Yep. There we go. And nope. There we go. Let's go ahead and deselect that. There we go. All right, so this does not look bad, okay? Pretty decent. Now, let's go ahead and head over to our develop, smart contrast, turn it up, black, not black, but decent background. Before we go to our mystical, let's go ahead and head over to glow, and let's increase our glow amount. And honestly, it didn't create a huge shift, so I'm not even going to turn that on just yet. I'll go here to mystical and increase the mystical. There we go. That is really cool. And in fact, for this design, I'm going to erase this. So let's go over here, hit erase, and let's go ahead and erase all this. All this here. I'm going to erase that. And hopefully it erases it. Kind of clean. Yep. That's really good. I like the way that looks. If I wanted to make this all dark, I absolutely could. I can increase the size of my eraser, and I can do something like this. It won't be perfect right away, the first shot. You could see how it looks, but it looks, you're going to have to take some time, erase every little aspect, something like that. But, hey, it still looks pretty decent overall. You can kind of see what it's become, but that looks really good compared to this one. Now, don't get me wrong. There's a time and a place for this style design with the colors after you fix, the erasing, things like that. But this works really well on a t-shirt. And once again, my overall goal is just to make better designs that look cleaner on t-shirts when they're posted on there. Whether it be Merch by Amazon, whether it be TeePublic, whatever kind of platform it is. For me, obviously not Merch by Amazon, but for different people, Merch by Amazon might be a thing for you. Let's go ahead and try this. Let's turn on develop. Boom. Looks really epic. Let's go ahead and turn on our vignette. So we'll do that all the way to the left-hand side. That creates a black effect. And by the way, with a design like this, if I remove the background from it and I put this on a t-shirt on the back of a t-shirt or something, it will look perfect. But I'm thinking with a design like this, there's a lot of detail, there's a lot of lines, there's a lot of things. This would work perfect with this effect. So, boom, wow, look at that. So that's a huge shift to the design. I might have to dull out the face a little bit because it's a little too bright because of the yellow. But you can see from here to here, that's a huge effect. And it does shift the design. In fact, if I go over here, drag the smoothness to the right-hand side, that does help the image. And I can increase my shadow, but I'm actually going to have to do a manual adjustment, mask adjustment. So I'll go over here to the mystical. I'll go to masking. I'll go to brush and just brush on the areas that seem a little too bright, just a little bit, right? And I'll go over here, and then I will go to adjustments, and then I will increase just like that. And then let's see here. Did I work on the mask here? Maybe I have to redo it. There we go. And then I will go to shift. I don't know why it's not working on that brush. Let's see here. Yep, I selected the brush. Let's see. Strength. Adjustments. Okay, it is working on it. All right, so let me go ahead and decrease the shadow. But what it's doing is it's affecting the rest of the image, which is not something I want to do. So I'm going to have to play around with the colors. Let's go with, we have develop, we have erase, we have structure, color. Let's go to vignette. Can I choose, no, you choose subject maybe? Yeah, no, can't do it. I could probably try something else. Let's go with, there's a lot of different options here. Let's go with masking on our brush. I just want, like I said, I'm trying to decrease the brightness in the facial area just because it's a little too much right here. And then I'm going to go to adjustments and decrease that exposure. There we go. Decrease the exposure just a very, very subtle amount, and that's pretty good. So that's the design. That's what it comes out to, and that's the difference. So this was the original, and this is how it looks normally now. And so if you look at that, overall, it's a little bit cleaner. It's a little bit better looking. Let's go ahead and see if we're missing any other cool designs here. We have a bunch. I did it with this design. I think this was pretty cool. Let me show you guys the original. This was the original, and it came out like this. Really cool. And you can play with different settings, different things. Let's see here. The hamster, of course. How can we forget about the hamster? Let's go over here and hit edit. Let's go to develop, smart contrast. Nope, I don't want that on my hamster for smart contrast. Let's just leave that the way it is. Let's just go straight to a... what would vignette do to something like this? Yeah, that doesn't look good. Let's go straight to our mystical. Increase the mystical, and look at that. That's pretty cool. We can decrease the shadows, right? And I think that's actually really cool looking. Yeah, I think that's really cool. Smoothness, we can play around with how smooth it is, and something like this looks good. You know, that looks good to me. We can play around also with our glow and, you know, work on the glow a little bit. And look at that. That's a masterpiece right there. Nice sticker. Both stickers work. Trust me, they both work. If I wanted to do a little bit of decreasing my exposure, I can do that. So just like a very small amount. So like something like that. It's pretty cool. And it looks just decent. I don't know if I would 100% use it for a sticker. I think this sticker came out a little bit better. But for a design like on the back of a t-shirt, something like this to me is better than this. And I'm always looking to improve. I'm always looking to give myself more skills in my arsenal. And this is just a quick example of that. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Did I do it on here? I believe I did it on here, but let's give it a shot. Let's try this. Sorry, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. That is pretty cool. I think that does look good. And yeah, that's the shift. So one click of mystical here. When you increase or when you play around with this mystical button, it will shift the design's nature in a way. I think this design came out totally epic. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know. And hopefully you guys enjoyed. I'll see you guys soon. Thank you for watching, and peace out. Bye.